Hey everybody! So today we're going to be doing some more rhythm work, which was something we did on Friday. So if you need to go back and kind of review what I talked about on Friday about quarter notes and half notes, and I think we did also quarter rests. Okay, today we're going to be adding a new note. I think we discussed it. Nope, I don't know if we did discuss it actually. But our new note is going to be this guy right here. This is actually two notes, and I know it's two notes because there are two note heads. They are connected on top, but that is because two of them together equals one beat. So two note heads, two notes that fall in one beat. So if you can hear my tap, that's one beat. So if I wanted to do these two eighth notes, T, 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 T. And you can hear that two of them are fitting inside each of my taps, okay? I'm going to make my rhythm two beats, so three notes is what I'm gonna draw. So I have this rhythm now, quarter note, one beat, two eighth notes, both together equal one beat. So now I have long, short, short. Okay, I'm gonna repeat this. If you could pat or clap or say this with me as I go. Ready, and ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, long, short, short, long, short, short, yum, pizza, yum, pizza. All right, I don't know which one clicked in your brain, but we're gonna keep that. Okay, I am going to make this have 4 beats now, a 4-beat rhythm. One of our personal favorite rhythms. Okay, so now we have ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Your turn. Okay, now we're going to, let's do it again. Ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yum, yum, pizza, yum. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I am going to change this slightly, ever so slightly. I'm going to get rid of one note. So I took away that second eighth note. Remember, there were two here and they were connected together. Well, I took one away. So this is what an eighth note looks like when it's all by itself. Okay, this is just one. And if two of them equaled one beat, that means that only one of them is only going to equal half of a beat, because half plus half equals 1. If you have half of a candy bar and then you have the other half of the candy bar, you have one whole candy bar. If you eat half of the pie and then you eat another half of the pie, you've eaten one whole pie. Probably having a tummy ache after that, because that's a lot of pie, but probably worth it because pie is delicious. All right, this symbol right next to it looks like a little number 7. This is an eighth rest, eighth note, eighth rest. Just like we talked about in class, I think we talked about in class, the eighth note gets sound, the eighth rest gets silence, okay? So now we have one note on each of the beats, but there's gonna be a silence here. We're not really gonna hear it, because if we're just clapping, it's gonna sound like this. Did you hear the silence? No. If we were playing our instrument, we might hear the silence. So you might hear ta, 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 ta. Did you hear the silence that time? Yes. So this is kind of a tricky one because it looks harder than it is. Because really it's just like playing 4 quarter notes, but instead we're putting a little break in there, okay? I'm gonna switch my rest and my eighth note. So I'm gonna put the eighth rest first and the eighth note second. It's one of my favorite rhythms. But now this is where it gets a little tricky because we have a note on beat 1, a note on beat 2. So sound, sound, silence, and then sound on beat 4. So this is actually going to come in between the beats. We call that an upbeat. Okay, so if you're tapping your toe, we got ta, ta. On these two, our foot is down, but this one, silence. Ta, ta, ti, ta. So when our foot goes up is when this note happens. Again, it's ta, ta, ti, ta. Yum, yum, za, yum. I didn't say p because it's silence, but I did say za because it's still there. So we have silence, sound. Yum, yum, za, yum. Or 1, 2, and 4. Or ta, ta, ti, ta. Okay, so this is something we call syncopation. Syncopation. Magical word. Syncopation. Wow, my handwriting looks really weird backwards. Syncopation, it's where we have a note, like this one, that doesn't fall on what we call the down beat. It falls on the up beat. Okay, so if that ever happens, if there's silence on the downbeat and there's sound on the upbeat, like this, it's called syncopation. It's one of my very favorite things in music, so I wanted to make sure I talked to you about it. All right, so let's put this rhythm into something. So I'm going to put a couple different things. Erasing all the stuff. All right, I'm going to put 3 rhythms on my board. I'm going to show you how they all line up. They're all going to be slightly different from each other. All right, friends, there we go. 3 rhythms. I fit them all on the board. I'm so proud of myself. Up here, we have 4 quarter notes, 1 note on each of the beats. That's 4, so I'm going to count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Down here, we have our 4 beats, but we added 1 note in between the second and the third. So we're going to say and. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, because I'm counting out my beats. How do I know this one is not on a beat? Well, it's connected. It's connected together. So we got 1, 2, and 3, 4. Down here, we took away that note. See how that note? It's not there anymore. It's silence. So now I'm saying, instead of saying 1, 2, and 3, 4, now I'm going to say 1 and 3, 4. I didn't say 2. It's silent now. I said it in my brain, but only I heard it. Okay? I want you to pick one of these lines to memorize. I'm assuming a lot of you are going to memorize this one, but that's okay. Memorize it. Memorize it. If you need more time, pause it so you can memorize it. Okay. Taking it away. It's faster to memorize it. Some of you are going to rewind. I want you to play your rhythm to this beat, whatever one you picked. You can say 1, 2, and 3, 4. You can say 1 or ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. You can say yum, yum, pizza, yum. Whatever thing you want to say. Say it out loud. Clap it. Pat it. Okay? All of the above. I'm going to give you a beat. Ready? Set. Here you go. Spectacular. Do it again. Ready? Go. Okay? This time, I'm going to do the same beat, but I am going to do one of the rhythms myself. I'm going to tap it. Okay? So here we go. Ready, set, here we go. I made my phone fall because I was hitting the table so hard. Sorry. Okay? Did that, if you were playing the same rhythm as me, that probably made it easier for you. I picked the second one. If you were playing something that was different than me, maybe it made it a little bit challenging. This time I'm going to pick a different one. You stay on the same one you had, the one you memorized, okay? Ready, set, here we go. How was that? Because that was a syncopated one, so that one might have been really hard for you to lock in because I did not play anything on beat 2. Kind of experiment with that. Pick a different line, go back and try to play along with a different rhythm. Try to match your rhythm up because they all start the same way and they all end the same way. It's just what happens on beat 2 that's different. Okay? I want to give you one more. I'm going to try to give you like a challenging one. Okay? I didn't make it super challenging, I'm sorry. All I did was I took beat 3. Sorry, made a little fingerprint. I took beat 3 and I made it into 2 eighth notes. So now line 2. Line 1 is the same. Oh, I just erased. Man! I'm just messing everything up. Fix that one too. All right. I kept line 1 the same because I always like to have one that's just beats. So I would say don't pick line 1 anymore. That one's gone. But you can see that we have beat 2, T, T, beat 3, T, T, beat 4, ta. So we get ta, T, 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 ta. If that's one you want, memorize it. Down here, I left that syncopation, but instead of quarter note, I made it into 2 eighth notes. So now we have ta, T, 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 ta. I'll do that one again because it's a little bit tricky. Ta, T, 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 ta. All right, so pick line 2 or 3. Memorize it. Pause if you need more time. Okay, and keep a beat. Say, clap, do your thing with your rhythm. Ready, go. Okay, I'm gonna do one myself, okay? I'm gonna tap, excuse me. I'm gonna tap a rhythm. Might be the same as yours, might be different. You do you, I do me. Ready, set, here I go. I did rhythm 2, so if you do rhythm 2, we should have matched perfectly. Okay, do it again. Ready, set, here we go. I didn't do one of the rhythms that I asked you to memorize, so if that threw you off, go back and try it again now that you know what I'm sneaking in doing, okay? But do practice those rhythms. Kind of figure out that syncopation thing where it comes in off the beat, that eighth note rhythm, okay? Because we're going to be putting that in with our music when we get back to school. All right, so be practicing those rhythms. If you have any questions, you can email me or you can log in to the Google Classroom during second hour. There is a link in the Google Classroom. It's at the top. It says link to Google Meet. You can log into that. I'll be in there, and then you can just pop in and ask a question real quick, okay? See you guys tomorrow.